Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see Viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Hey, Viperkeeper here in my personal lair. I just want to have a couple words at you, rather than with you, because you guys can't speak back until you're on the comment section. A couple things going on that really need some discussion, and it revolves around snake bites. First of all, before I get into all the heavy stuff, there are still a few calendars left, and if anyone's interested in picking up a copy, they're still available. You can email me at deadlybeautiful@comcast.net, and if you don't already know how to get a hold of them, you can watch the video on the website, on my YouTube channel, and that'll tell you. But there's still a few left, and rather than go into the trash because they're a calendar, so they have a limited lifespan, I'd much rather see them out there hanging on somebody's wall, fulfilling their actual purpose. Number two, again, it revolves around Facebook page. As I said before, I'm still getting tons of requests to be friends on my regular Facebook page. If you don't know me personally and have interacted with me and such, I would much prefer that you go to the Viperkeeper quote-unquote public figure fan site that's on the Facebook homepage and such, and because I'm adding exclusive content. There's an area of commentary where discussions can ensue. I put some of my frequently asked questions out there for everybody to peruse at their leisure. So I'd much rather that you do that. If I don't know you and you send me a friend's request on my regular Al Karitz Facebook page, I'm sorry, I'm just going to ignore it. I would much prefer that you go on the fan page where you get updates and a lot less political stuff, which I might put up amongst friends and stuff, and you don't necessarily want to be dealing with all that. And a little news about Buzzard for the Buzzard fans who know the Buzzard is my large king cobra. He's about 10 feet and munching down about 10 or 11 full-size mice a week. My friend Don, who is caring for him at the zoo, Catoctin Zoo, is reporting that he has one heck of a feeding response and would probably chase you around the room if you smelled of mice. So Buzzard's doing fantastic. He's going to actually move to a much larger exhibit space. So all is well with the Buzzard, and I'll keep you posted on him, and maybe eventually I'll have space of my own where I can bring the Buzzard back and to visit and such. Okay, now the important issues at hand. First of all, many of you know that I really hesitate in offering a suggestion what is the best venomous snake to start with. My opinion, and it has been my opinion for a very long time, is that they can all kill you under the right circumstances. And, even copperheads are capable of killing people, and actually did so this past week. A fellow in Tennessee was bitten above the elbow by a large copperhead. He happened, what I believe, he mostly died of anaphylactic shock brought on by the foreign protein which venom is made from, rather than the effects of the venom itself. Um, again, they can all kill you. Copperheads are, pretty cranky and very active little snakes. Um, you need to get trained by someone who's experienced, and then you can work with their collection under their tutelage, and you can get comfortable and decide what species is good for you. Please don't ask me because I'm not going to offer one, because they can all be deadly in the right circumstance, and you know copperheads kill, and there probably have been 4 or 5 fatalities in the past 5 years from copperhead bite, which is a bit unheard of, but uh, you know, uh, you just never know. People have underlying physical problems that don't come up until the body's stressed, whatever. Uh, all the venomous snakes can kill you under the right circumstances, and you have no idea if that circumstances is upon you once you're bitten. So the whole idea is not to get bitten, and get experience so you can avoid that. Lastly, another fellow, this time in New Jersey, where venomous snake keeping by private individuals is a prohibited uh, uh, situation. You can only keep them, and if you can get a permit from them, I think you would have a better, easier time of getting a permit to have a tactical nuclear weapon in your backyard than venomous snakes in the People's Republic of New Jersey there. Uh, they're such a restrictive state, only rivaled by California and such, and what you can and cannot do in the privacy of your own home. That's a whole different ball of wax. However, this time some individual came to the state of Pennsylvania and purchased some snakes. uh, the purchase was legal in Pennsylvania. However, the fellow took them back to New Jersey, which is an illegal act, and he'll have to pay the price, if he survives. However, he was bitten by a monocle cobra, which he was told was quote unquote venomoided, which means that the uh, venom apparatus was disabled. Typically, the venom ducts and glands are removed and replaced by surgical implants. So it's hard to tell if they're real venomoid or not. The only way to really tell is by milking them, and sometimes you can. My friend Jim Harrison at the Kentucky Reptile Zoo has a number of so-called venomoided animals that still produce venom, and in a human, it really only takes a drop, and that's all they need to muster if they bite you. Well, at any rate, this individual got bit by his monocle cobra, and then decided he was going to wait 3 hours before dialing 911. Why he did that, I don't know. But when paramedics got there, he was rather gray and slightly breathing, not quite dead, but pretty darn close to it. And they whisked him off to the hospital and stabilized him, intubated him, improved his oxygenation and coloration, and then whisked him off to the snakebite center at Jacobi Hospital in New York, where I would imagine he received anti-venom that was probably either came from the Philly Zoo or, perhaps the Bronx Zoo. I'm not sure what the Bronx Zoo has, or some other entity like that who had Naya-Cayuthia anti-serum. Your typical African cobras and your Asian cobra, the Cayuthias, the antivenoms don't cross-react. So you really need Cayuthia antivenom, or you need something called inhibitor of certain neurocholinesterases, the so-called tensilon tests, where there's a drug they give you. If you respond positively to it, they'll give you another drug called neostigmine and some atropine, and that actually does a competitive inhibition of the nerve endings, so it blocks the venom from binding to the synaptic sites, therefore allowing you to respire and not go down the tubes. But at any rate, he's in critical condition, and now, of course, the Gestapo there in New Jersey is asking questions where he got the animal and stuff. The bottom line is, anybody, selling a venomous snake, myself included, is, I always ask, where they live. I ask to see their driver's license, but not necessarily to see their age unless their age is in question. This guy was like 25 years old or so, apparently age was not an issue. But, if we don't police ourselves and straighten this up, we'll have stuff going on like what happened in Ohio at the beginning of the year, and that was, the governor signed an executive order banning exotic animals in the state, not by normal, uh, um, legislature voting on a bill and signing it into law. Just by fiat, and the fact that he's governor and can do these things, he signed this order, and only the current and new governor can rescind that and fix it. But this was all part of a plan of the Humane Society of the U.S. And PETA and such, cozying up to the governor and contributing to his re-election fund, which he lost. But he followed through despite that, and now snakes are all banned venomous snakes are banned in Ohio, among other animals and such. I think also some pythons. So if we don't, take care of these issues amongst ourselves peacefully in a civil way, by denying people that live in states that shouldn't have venomous snakes, our wonderful overburdening government will do it for us. Subsequently, I put a call out to, all the vendors that I know at all these different shows and stuff, and who advertise on all the different venomous sites, to be wary of whom they're selling to and where the animal is going. I always check and ask for confirmation, as well as uh, you know, okay, what's your experience and do you have references? I'm sorry I have to do the third degree, but again, I don't want to be involved. The New Jersey Fish and Wildlife people are going to go visit this guy here in Pennsylvania that supposedly sold an animal that was venomoided, that was, hotter than heck, and very nearly, and perhaps still have the ability to kill this person who got bit. Not to mention the lawsuit that this guy will file against the guy who still maintains that the snake was venomoided. So this will all be very interesting. And, another reason why I'm against venomoiding is you never really know. And Do you want to find out, what you think is a non-venomous venomous snake is now venomous again when it bites you? No, I don't need that sort of surprise. So at any rate, that's pretty much what's on my mind right now. I'm sorry these people, this guy got bit, and I'm certainly sorry for the family of this gentleman in eastern Tennessee that ended up taking the dirt nap there. Um, that he got bit and he died. However, uh, these things don't need to happen. Uh, take some precautions, have a bite protocol, have people that you can call. Don't hesitate in contacting 911 if you keep venomous snakes or any other snake for that matter. If you get bit by your green tree python, you get bit enough times, you could become allergic to its saliva and its proteins in its saliva, and you could have a serious allergic reaction. Keep liquid or children's Benadryl around the house so you can have a quick swig of that if you're starting to have an allergic reaction. Look up on like WebMD or something what the signs of an allergic reaction are, or talk to your doctor or your pharmacist, and keep some emergency supplies like liquid Benadryl around that will get in your system pretty quick. And also, if your doctor agrees that it's a good thing, have them write a script for some EpiPens so you can have some automatically injectable epinephrine around in case you really have a serious allergic reaction. And my protocol is simple. If I, think that, and, I've had allergies for years and stuff, and I've had anaphylaxis happen, totally unrelated to snakes, but I know what it sort of feels like. And the first thing you do is you pop, several milligrams of Benadryl or diphenhydramine is the generic form, and you let that work in your system. If you're starting to feel faint, if your blood pressure feels like it's falling and stuff, or the reaction is intensifying, of course, first thing you do is call 911, and number two, you whack yourself with an EpiPen to counteract that until the paramedics can get there and take further steps like starting an IV, intubating you, giving you additional drugs, and getting your butt to the emergency room. So this guy, if he had these things available, may be alive to talk about it. So, do some pre-planning. It's, just don't be caught flat-footed. When accidents happen, it's best to already have a plan in place for such a problem. Um, Any rate, I've talked way too long as usual, but those things are on my mind. They're important. You know, uh, bless the family that lost their loved one and stuff. But in the end, it's his fault. No other way to put it. He was careless or not properly trained, and certainly didn't have an emergency plan in place to save his own ass, essentially. So, enough said. Out of here for Viperkeeper. I've got to go off and tend to the beasties, and the regular feature will go up Friday night, later than normal, because of a travel difficulty that I have. Till then, all my best. Take care. Damn stink bug is on my glasses. Okay, since we're still rolling here, I think these stink bugs are alien beings because, they're rather sociable for bugs. Bugs don't normally hang around you and check you out and watch what you're doing and stuff. That's why I think these guys are aliens, because the few stink bugs that I got hanging around my lair here, I sort of keep as pets. I don't really kill anything unless it's a danger to me, and certainly a little stink bug isn't going to be bothering me. The only thing that really gets me angry is when they fly around this light here, bump into it, and then fall in my cup of coffee in the morning. That usually gets me really wound up. But other than that, they cohabitate here with me, no problem. They are annoying though when they get on your glasses like this. And sometimes they fly and land on my shoulder, but I just generally ignore them. They don't communicate with me. As far as I know, they don't suck my brain out at night. So, they're cool. I like insects too, and as far as I'm concerned, all the animals have an equal chance with me to have a life. Well, except for people. I don't really care for people, but most of you feel the same way anyway. So we're all in good company. For now, Viperkeeper and my pet stink bug. Till later.